Eric Horn here with Brett Dawson after a massive Thunder win tonight. Final score 118-109 over the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavs coming in on the second night of a back-to-back. Teams are usually a little sluggish, but it doesn't matter. I mean, the Cavs played LeBron James 41 minutes. They played Kyrie Irving a bunch of minutes. Those guys were both really good and impressive in spurts, but the Thunder had their best performances from a number of guys tonight, starting with Russell Westbrook.
A bunch of guys, and this was kind of the formula for a Thunder win. Those guys did all the dirty work. There were a lot of guys contributing, did a whole lot of stuff, some scoring, some rebounding, some defending. They put Russell Westbrook in position to close the game out, and he did it. 4 big jump shots, really, in that fourth quarter. And then as Cleveland kind of stepped up to take those jumpers away, made a couple of really nice passes, had real control of the game. Kyrie Irving tied the game up pretty late. He was kind of going on a run, looking like Kyrie was going to get everything easy. Russ kind of had to work for those shots, but then Russ kind of takes command of the game. The Thunder stretched that lead out and never looked back. A really good offensive performance against a high-level team, and that's something they hadn't done a lot of.
26 triple-double of the season for Russell Westbrook. That ties Oscar Robertson for the third most all-time in a single season. Another incredible close for him, as you said. You know, he had 6 turnovers in the first half. He only had 1 in the second half.
One in the second half for which he almost killed Domantas Sabonis, by the way.
Poor Domantas Sabonis was almost wrung and drugged through the streets by Russell Westbrook. But it was kind of directed out in like a general area of space, but you could pretty much tell what the expletives were about, because Sabonis was a little late making a cut, and he didn't follow all the way through with a cut, and Westbrook really led him with what would have been a great pass, but it went out of bounds. Other than that, Westbrook really had a really great half, and he wasn't the only guy. You know, I mean, Steven Adams once again was a monster on the boards. Often the only guy playing inside and battling for rebounds. Victor Oladipo had a great close to the fourth quarter. Andre Robertson did start to finish job. I mean, defending LeBron James tonight.
We talk about this all the time. He does this all the time against the best players in the league. But tonight, standout, really great against, you know, the best guy on the planet, pretty much. It was an incredible performance in terms of just the difficulty of the shots he gave LeBron, the way he physically bodied up with him. LeBron seemed so rattled he missed 2 dunks.
2 dunks.
Maybe one of those he got kicked on. That's, you know, but one of them absolutely not. Just missed it.
Yeah, you really had to get a lot of complete Thunder performances tonight. Despite the Cavs coming off the second night of the back-to-back, you saw Thunder players step up that haven't at times this season. You had a guy even like Cameron Payne who had 15 points, which is the most points he's scored since last April, I believe. One of the last games of the season last year, he had 17 points. That's the most he's scored since he's come back from his foot injury. Most he scored all season, obviously, and he really did a good job of playing a controlled game for the most part when Westbrook was out. And then when Westbrook came back in to close the game, I think the Thunder had a 7-point lead, and Westbrook made a point to kind of look to Cameron Payne and say, hey, good job, man. You did a really good job.
Yeah, I mean, their bench outplayed Cleveland's bench for the most part, and they were able to build those leads. So, you know, it was kind of weird because Westbrook would come back and suddenly the lead would disappear. Some of that is who Westbrook's playing against. But they kept doing that. They would build him nice cushions. Then, you know, Cleveland might get ahead a little bit, and then he just pulled him back again. So the bench did a really good job. Alex Abrinas wasn't a lot of contribution, but he had a great dunk. He was. They had a lot of guys who were just really active, really contributed, and that's what they got to do to win. They got to do all those little things. They have to have guys who do all those little things. Just put Westbrook in a position to win you the game at the end. He's been better more often. He's been good at that more often than not.
Thunder. This has to give the Thunder confidence going into the Golden State game on Saturday. Not just because these guys all had great games, but it's a home game. Yeah. And we've seen time and time again with young players, they play better at home. The Thunder improved to 6-1 at home in 2017. These guys are definitely get a boost from playing in front of this crowd, and you've got to believe that the crowd is going to be even more amped than it was tonight, Saturday night against Golden State and the return of Kevin Durant.
Yeah, the Thunder really it hasn't been in these games against the elite teams in the league. Your Clevelands, your San Antonios, your Golden States. Really, those are the 3 because they're head and shoulders above everybody else. Those have all been road games. You get at home, you see the difference in how this team competes against a team of that caliber. So we're going to see that, obviously, supercharged atmosphere. Russell Westbrook probably said more today than he said about Kevin Durant in quite a while, in saying that basically it's up to the fans. Do they want to boo? They can. He did a lot for the city, for the franchise. But if they want to boo him, they can boo him. I suspect they're going to boo him.
And here's some post-game video here. You'll get to see Russell Westbrook say a little bit about Kevin Durant, and also some video from Billy Donovan and Steven Adams.
That run, why were you able to get to the elbow to your spot?
I mean, they had to pack the paint. play shit against me, and that shot is usually open most of the time. Just being balanced and take it another day.
Able to react and hit Steven in the next one and then Victor for the three. Did that open things up later?
For sure. After you make a few in a row, they start to bring two people. Steven did a great job of rolling all game long, and he knocked down some shots.
Russell, after Cameron hit a couple of those big shots, you looked pretty pumped up on the bench. What are you saying?
Just play. Just play your game. Miss and make. When he plays without thinking too much, he plays great. And I'm always happy to see another teammate do well, whether it's Cameron or anybody else. Just kind of go out and play their game.
What kind of atmosphere do you expect Saturday night with the Warriors in here?
Same one we have every night.
Do you care how they respond to Kevin, cheer, boo, whatever?
No, I mean, it's kind of up to them. It's up to them what they want to do. Honestly, obviously Kevin's done a lot for Oklahoma City and our team when he was here, so it's kind of up to them. It doesn't really matter to me one way or another. It's a basketball game. Got to go out and compete.
Are you going to tell him anything when you meet him?
I don't talk to nobody during the game.
What would what would it say for this team in terms of its growth? You got some young players. You get this win against Cleveland. You can get one against Golden State. What would it say about where you guys are?
Honestly, it's just another team we got to face. They're a good team, and both of these teams are the defending champs. So we got to come out and be ready to play, and play for 4 quarters and try to win the game.
So what have you seen from your young guys in terms of their ability to not just play, but also accept criticism, accept knowledge, accept teaching?
It's amazing. I think everybody in this locker room has done a great job of adding different things to the game, coming in, watching film, getting better every day, working hard, working on the game every day, and I think that's what constantly keeps us going. And guys have done a great job all season long, and I'm just happy and blessed that these guys are on my team.
Who's the best guy that watches film with you?
Who's the best?
Who's the most observant?
I don't know. With me, I watch a lot of film by myself at home, but I think a lot of guys watching with the coaches. I watch film with Coach Cheeks as well, and everybody has their coaches who they watch film with throughout the season.
Really just competed. They played really hard. Certainly, it's never a perfect game, but I thought we had some really good moments and played at a really high level. First quarter, maybe midway through that second quarter, and we didn't have a great finish of that second quarter, but we came out in the third quarter and the fourth quarter, and I thought we played well as a team. So, a lot of things I thought we did well tonight, and I thought overall a lot of guys contributed in a very, very positive way.
Russ hit those 3 elbow jump shots from the left elbow right in a row during that big spurt. How important of a shot is that to him and his arsenal, and when he's able to get to that spot, how important is that for your team?
Well, when he gets there, I've always said this about him. I really believe that he's an above average shooter in those areas, and he's finding ways to get himself there, and he's done a really, really great job of making that shot. And that's a shot I think he works really hard at. I think it's a shot he's developed over a long period of time. And then I thought as the game wore on, especially in the fourth quarter when he made those 2 or 3 moves, 3 of me at the elbow, they really, really, really tried to press up. And then I thought he did a great job of finding people. He found Steven one time on a roll. He found Steven one time. Steven had Andre open. It was the right pass. Wasn't as well executed as it needed to be. And then he found Victor at the top of the key for a 3. So there was a lot of things I thought from that elbow area that he played off and made some great decisions.
What was maybe extra special about it in the fourth quarter?
I mean, it was just maybe one of those defensive stops where capitalize on those those short ones, the ones that are blatant. So that's all it was. I mean, throughout the whole game, we did all the small things that made it more difficult for the pace of the offense to work, and just made it a lot harder for Ron to find those passes. So, I mean, that was it. Obviously, the fourth quarter one is just cool. To capitalize off it and extend the lead.
When Russ knocks down that elbow jumper, does that free up his passes to you right in the middle? And it seemed like that's what you guys were able to get down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, you hit 3 straight, and they ended up jumping. My guy ended up really not over-committing, so committing to him 100%. I mean, able to get a layup. And it's good, that's all. So, we'll see.
Steve, was it just from my angle? Was tonight a little bit more of a bumpier, breezier, more physical game?
Yeah, it definitely was, mate. I mean, you got old mate Tristan Thompson, mate. He's strong, man, and he's always just one of those really good rebounders, really good position, great low base. Yeah, it's always a tough matchup with them. So yeah, it was a physical game all round, but the boys were able to push through it, man, and kind of just use that to kind of pump us up a little bit and carry that on, you know.
Billy also said that we asked Billy about the Oladipo 360 layup.
Yeah.
He said we should ask you about it.
Yeah, of course it did. I mean, it was just one of those things, man. I was just, at the time, I was like, I'm just happy it goes in. So he did 360. I didn't want it to happen. It was just a layup, the same 2 points, whatever. But it was just one of those ones where we got a nice stop. And then it just kicked out. I just wanted to see it go. So I was just like on edge, heart beating, like, oh my God, my child. Like, you know, something like that. So I was like, oh my goodness. And so, yeah, so happy it went in, but